trading the markets, investing in the markets for 30 years. And I thought it was about time I did something like this. This is for education, by the way, education. Here's the weekly on the ASX200 going back close to 20 years. But we're at an interesting juncture in the market for a few reasons, and I'm just going to tell you why. This is the weekly chart, and we are at a very interesting juncture here. We're at the top of a really long-term channel. On some arguments, you could say we've broken through, but when you look at it on a log scale, we are bang on ding dong, as they would say. Even if you look at the noise here, you know, like it's, you know, watch out those the long-legged candles down there. It's a pretty compelling story to say to be careful, and if we turn back, well, it could be a reasonable turn back, even if it's to the middle of this channel around there. That takes it down like a bit over 1,000 points. It's a biggie. You'll see also on the wikis here, it's overbought here. It doesn't happen that often. Happened there, bit of a downturn. Happened here, quite big, bit of a downturn. Lead up to the GFC, lots of them. But it's oversold, top of a channel that goes back, 13 years. That's a 12, 13 years. That's a long time. Just go in and look at the dailies. Take a bit of a close look to see what's going on. Because shorter time frame, we're going to put it back to just the linear scale. One of the things I am always wary of are these ascending triangles. They break, and when they break, they can be nasty. And again, I take out the noise here. This was an extraordinary liquidation event. You know, take it back to that resistance point there. But you can see we have just rolled over in the past week and are coming up to like, if we start breaking down here, I mean, if we have a particular weekly close below here, big confirmation. The Elliott Wave guys are going to love this. Go and Google them. I mean, I think it's only one other guy that really does YouTubes on Elliott Wave in the Australian market. But a lot of people, their count is basically like this. We've done the 5, even on this last leg here, the 4. It's like, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting breaking down. And it's a classic, like, bit of a bear flag. Had the down, flagged it, and now it's breaking down again. And why do these Elliott Wave guys come up with these particular waves? You know, it's a bit of a dark art, and I don't really subscribe to it, but you can see at these the various wave points. That's the wave 3. You know, it's overbought. This is the wave 1, and it's overbought. Here's the wave 5. It's overbought. You could argue there's not overbought. It's overbought here, but it's certainly overbought. And this wave 5, weaker, right? The 3 is always the strongest one. Strongest in terms of momentum, not in terms of necessary price action. But there we go. So the Elliott Wave guys, if you look at them, they're going to be saying, mate, this is possibly the ding-dong for a little while. For me, I just look at this kind of trend line and say, look, it's the trend's your friend, and it's starting to say you're not my friend so much anymore. Now, where's it going to break down to? If it does. This is obviously one good point. You know, the previous high back in February, a bit of resistance there, bit of support there, 7,200. You know, that could be a good one. Another one is sort of around about here, all right, which again, previous high before it popped out, bit of resistance here on the wave 4, bit of support here. That's around the 6,850 level. And for the Fibo guys, I think you probably find that these are, you know, I mean, look at that. That one, just change the colour of this so it's a bit less obtrusive. You know, that's the 23, and that's right on that level. To me, you know, that's would be a pretty healthy target to have in mind. You know, 10% pullback, that's kind of standard. There's 10% pullbacks happen more often than you think. So that's really what I'm looking at with the ASX at the moment. These, if we start getting more closes down here, and particularly, let's just go down to an hour time frame. I do like the 4 hour one. You know, this really is a very stock standard bear flag that we've, you know, kind of seen, you know, the past couple of weeks. There's a range, chugger, 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 and you'll find that's basically like 1 to 1 if we do the old Fibbo, you know, extensions. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. It's like bang on that extension. So where it's gone to now is a very normal and natural place you'd expect for it to go to. Again, previous highs from, you know, before it broke up back in June. So it makes sense for it to have a bit of a pause. But again, it's looking a little bit precarious here. It could pull back, could be one of those false breaks. But again, this time it's had a few stabs, bit of a stab, bounce back, bit of a stab, bounce back. Not quite, didn't quite hit it, 8 off the clock, and now it hasn't bounced back. So this week is going to be pretty interesting. And I think that's about it. I hope to see you on some of the other videos I might do. Okay, catch you later.